everyone, I'm Tara. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a yoga flow for both inner and outer strength. So of course, outer strength doesn't always correlate directly to inner strength, but we can use the act of building our outer strength, of building the muscles in our body, of doing a really strong practice. We can use these actions to also help us build those qualities of inner strength, of inner resilience. So that's what I'm going to be guiding you through in today's practice. So while we will be doing some more physically challenging postures and poses, we're going to do them in a mindful way to also help us build that inner power, that inner resilience. So even though it might be a little bit of a tougher practice, we're still going to do it mindfully. And of course, you can always modify as you need. And if you didn't see the announcement last week, my Patreon is now officially live. So if you're interested in supporting me over there, you can check that out. I'll put a link to it in the description down below. You'll get nice hour-long yoga flows over there. You'll get longer meditations, and we'll just be diving deeper into some topics so that you can really start to bring the qualities of your yoga practice into your everyday life. So if you're interested, again, that'll be linked down below. But with all that said, we'll get right into our practice today, and we're going to be starting on our hands and knees, so on all fours. Okay, so starting on all fours, make sure the hands are directly under the shoulders, knees directly under the hips. You're going to drop the belly down, look up, moving into cow pose. Taking a breath here. And then you could either just come to flat back if you want, or drop the head and round into cat. Moving with the breath, inhale to cow. Exhale to neutral or cat. Inhale, cow. Warming up through the spine. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Hold here for an extra breath. Everyone come back to flat back. So neutral spine, the back is nice and flat. And just start to contract through the abs. So pulling the navel up and in toward your spine. Feeling that abdominal contraction. Keep breathing as you hold that contraction. And just feel the power starting to build there. Just warming up through the central part of our core. And then relax the belly down, letting the belly soften, letting the abs relax. Tuck under your toes, press back to downward dog. Hold and breathe. Maybe finding a nice deep bend in the knees in this first downward dog. And then we're going to move on and off between downward dog and plank. So you're going to inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, wave back, down dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, wave it back, down dog. Inhale, plank, hold, plank, breathe. Again, feeling the abs pulling up and in, keeping the breath nice and steady. So keeping it as a steady pace, even as we start to move into these more challenging postures. And then wave it back to down dog, hold 3 breaths. Start to walk the feet up toward your hands. And then roll yourself up to standing. Moving through one sun salutation here. Inhale, reach the arms up, find length. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, up through flat back, fingertips to the floor or hands to the shins. Exhale, step back to plank. Either lower to chaturanga or drop to the knees. Inhale, up dog or low cobra. Exhale, down dog. Hold and breathe. Walk the feet up to your hands. Inhale up through your flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, arms reach up. Exhale, hands down through prayer. Breathe into Tadasana. On your next inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up through flat back. Exhale, step it back just to downward dog. Hold for a breath. And then step the right foot forward between your hands and lift up into your warrior two, finding that heel arch alignment and trying to really sink into this warrior two. So finding a little bit of a deeper variation maybe than you normally would find in your warrior two, but making sure that your front knee is still in line with your front ankle. Hold and breathe. Gaze is forward over the front fingertips. Keeping the breath steady. Focusing the gaze. Staying mindful in this pose. Feeling the legs start to activate, but keeping the rest of you calm, strong, and stable. So keeping the breath steady can help us to really tap into that inner strength. The breath is so powerful. It can help us calm, or it can help us build strength. It can really help cultivate all different qualities. Okay. Windmill the hands down, border the right foot. Step back to plank and hold plank here. Either hold plank here with both feet on the ground or maybe lift the right leg off. Hold and breathe. Drop the foot down. If you had it up, wave back, down dog. 2 breaths, down dog. Left foot steps forward between the hands. Come up to warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2 on the other side. Again, seeing if you could find a deeper variation than you normally would. Really sinking down, making the legs work. Gaze is over the front fingertips. Gaze is focused. Breathe. Focusing on one point in front of you. Keeping the mind calm, even as the body is working hard. Hold here for 3 more breaths. Windmill the hands down to border the left foot. Step back to plank, either just holding plank here or maybe you lift the left leg an inch off the ground. Hold and breathe, abs engaged. Drop the foot down if you have it lifted. Wave back, down dog. Maybe if you want to move through a vinyasa, you can. Coming through to plank, dropping to chaturanga, coming up to up dog or low cobra. And everyone wave it back to down dog. If you don't need the vinyasas, just hanging out in down dog. From here, step the right foot forward between your hands. This time, come up into crescent lunge. Breathe, finding that posture, finding your stable point. From here, you're going to bring the hands back, palms facing each other, squeeze the shoulder blades back, and you're going to hinge forward, keeping the spine nice and straight. So you hinge forward toward the right leg, spine is straight, and then reach the arms back up. So with the breath moving here, as you inhale, hinging forward, arms reach back. Exhale, press through the right foot, come back up through crescent. Inhale, hinge. Exhale, use the right glute, come back up. Inhale, hinge. Exhale, up. Inhale, hinge. Hold it here for an extra breath. Feeling that right leg really working. Come up through crescent. Bring the hands down, bordering the right foot. Either step back to down dog or moving through plank and through a vinyasa. Everyone holding in downward dog. And step the left foot forward between the hands, lifting up into crescent. Hold and breathe. We're going to move on and off again when we lean forward and bring the arms back and then come back up. Really move with intention here, okay? Breath is steady, moving intentionally. Okay, inhale, come forward, arms reach back, spine is still straight. Exhale, come back up, crescent. Inhale forward, working into the left leg. Exhale up. 3 more. Inhale forward. Exhale up, use the left glute. Inhale forward. Exhale up. Inhale forward, hold that extra breath. Come up through crescent. Hands come down, bordering left foot. Either step back to down dog or move through your vinyasa. Everyone meeting in downward dog. 3 breaths in down dog. Reconnect with the breath if you lost it. If you need a break, you could always sit in easy pose or take a child's pose. Walk the feet up toward your hands. Come up through your flat back. Fold forward. Rise up, arms overhead. Hands come down through prayer. Breathe. Okay, legs are together, feet are together. You're going to sit back into your chair pose. So sit back into the hips, hands in prayer like you're sitting in a chair. Breathe here. Arms reach up. Maybe sit an inch lower. Gaze is focused. Building the inner strength as the outer strength builds. Hands come into prayer. Either stay here or maybe lift the right leg off an inch, putting the weight in the left leg. Right leg down. Maybe left leg lifts off an inch in this kind of single leg chair. Feeling the leg shake. Left leg down, press through the heels, come back up to standing. And those are always extra challenges. If it feels like that's too much for you, stay with the other variation. This is making this practice work for you. So what helps one person build their strength, so maybe they need that single leg variation for a little more challenge, doesn't mean that's right for everyone. So do what's best for you, always, in these practices. Okay, so everyone come to Tadasana. Let's just reconnect with the breath. Feet together, hands down at your sides. Slight bend in the knees, tailbone drops down, crown of the head up to the sky. Finding that moment of stillness. Okay. And then we're going to move into a balanced posture here. So you're going to ground into the right foot. You're going to hug the left knee in, so holding on to the shin. So you have options here. You can either hold the left shin with the right hand, reach the left arm back, gaze back toward your hand. So maybe you stay here in this position. If you would like to do hand to foot variation, you can. If the hamstrings feel open enough, this is a shorter practice. So if it feels like the hamstrings aren't open enough, then maybe stay with the bent knee. If you want to straighten the leg, you're going to hold the right hand to the outer edge of the left foot, start to straighten through the knee. And the knee doesn't even need to be straight if you want to do this. Maybe you press into the foot and you have a bend in the knee. Maybe you get the knee straight. Gaze is toward the back hand. Breathe. Finding that stability in the challenging balance posture. If the leg is straight, bend the knee, and everyone drop the left leg down, hands come back to prayer. Switching sides. So first, hug the right knee in. Hold the right knee with the left hand, right arm reaches behind you. Either stay here or holding the outside edge of the right foot with the left hand and starting to straighten the right knee. Hand to foot pose. The knee doesn't even need to get straight if it feels like the hamstrings aren't open enough. Gaze back toward the right hand. Two more breaths. Slowly bend the right knee if it's straight. And everyone send the right foot down, hands in prayer. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale up for flat back. Hold an extra breath. Either step back to down dog or move through a vinyasa, your choice. Everyone in downward dog. Hold and breathe. Drop down to the knees. Cross your feet behind you. Come back to sitting. Last little bit of work here for the abs. So sit up nice and tall, feet on the ground. Start to lift the feet up as you come to boat pose. Arms in front. Spine is nice and straight. Reach the right arm up. Hold it, breathe. Right arm comes down, left arm comes up. Feel the abs working. The abdominal muscles of the core are near the source of our inner power. Left arm down. Either stay here or both arms reach up, keeping the spine nice and straight. Feel into that shake and shiver of the body. Hold it, breathe, and then release down. Either step back to down dog or move through your last vinyasa. Everyone in downward dog, hold for 3 breaths. Drop down to the knees, lower onto the stomach. Your choice, either propping up through Sphinx pose on the forearms or hands under shoulders, press up into a cobra. Hold 2 breaths, either variation. Press back to all fours. Feet cross behind you. Come back to sitting. All right, the hard work, at least the strength part, the outer strength part, is done. Moving into some stretching. We're going to do double pigeon today. So, right leg tucks in. Left leg crosses on top of the right leg. This is double pigeon. If this is too much, you could either sit in regular cross-leg position. You could also bring the left leg in front of the right. So do what feels good for you. Adjust so you feel like the sit bones are even on the ground. Hands behind you, up on the fingertips, sitting up nice and tall. And you can either stay here, just working through the hips this way, or if you want to fold forward, you could start to fold, finding length in the spine though as you fold forward. And breathing into the outer hips. Finding that connection with the breath. Maybe closing the eyes and just feeling the shift in the body that's happened through our practice, through moving through more challenging postures. See how that shifts your energy, shifts your mindset. And now just taking the time to slow down here. Three more breaths. Use your hands to come back up if you were forward. And we'll switch sides. So go ahead and uncross the legs. This time the left leg crosses in closer to you. The right leg can either just come in front or you're gonna bring it on top of the left leg for double pigeon. Hands behind you, prop up onto fingertips, sit up nice and tall. Take a breath here. Either stay here or find that forward fold, finding length in the spine as you fold forward. Stay connected with the breath. 3 more breaths here. If you're forward, walk yourself back up. Uncross the legs. Keep the left leg tucked in. Right leg's gonna go out straight. So you're gonna be preparing for Janu Sirsasana. So you're in like this kind of 4 position with the legs. Sit up tall, face the right leg, keeping the knee as straight as you can. Either stay here, and if you can't get the knee straight, just sitting up nice and tall, working to face the right leg and working to get that right knee straighter. Doesn't have to get straight, that's what you're working on. If you need more of a stretch in the hamstrings, then you could fold over the right leg. Breathe. One more breath. Come back up, switch sides, left leg straightens out, right leg tucks in. So first, turn, face the left leg, sit up tall. Choose what's best for you. Maybe working here, working to get the knee straighter, or maybe it's just more comfortable and you just want to hang out here today, or you could find the forward fold. Part of inner strength is also finding what's best for your body and actually doing that. So honoring what's best for your body, that does take inner strength. And that can be a challenge. Sometimes we want to push to something that looks harder, right? Quotations, looks harder, seems harder, but isn't best for our body. So honoring that is really a sign of inner strength, honoring what you need each day. And just being thankful and showing gratitude for your body, for showing up for practice. Hold for 2 more breaths. If you're forward, start to walk yourself back up. Everyone come back to a comfortable seated position, cross-leg position, easy pose. Hands on the shins, squeeze the shoulder blades together, finding a little seated cow pose, opening through the chest, coming back to neutral, and then we're just gonna sit for a brief little meditation here today. If you'd rather lay down for Shavasana, you can do that as well. If you're sitting, just place the hands on the thighs, backs of the hands on the thighs, palms facing up. Sit up nice and tall, ground into the sit bones, close your eyes, just reconnect with your breath. Moving your focus within. As you inhale, the belly expands and fills with air, and as you exhale, the belly falls back in. Just breathing in this way at a pace that feels comfortable for you. And just feeling inner strength radiating through your entire being. Feel how moving through a strong yoga flow can help cultivate the qualities of inner strength, but also knowing that you can cultivate this feeling at any time that by finding stillness, it can be just as powerful as moving through a power flow at building inner strength. So you don't always have to do a super strong flow to feel strong. Sometimes finding those moments of stillness are even more powerful. So just connect here. A few more breaths. On your next inhale breath, draw the arms overhead if you're sitting. Palms touch at the top. Exhale, draw the hands down to heart center. Hands in prayer at the heart. Breathe here. Connecting within. We'll close with one more breath. Nice deep inhale. Exhale it out. Returning to your comfortable breath, relax the hands down and blink your eyes open. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed that flow and felt how building our outer strength can also help build our inner strength. So yeah, thank you for flowing with me. If you're interested and want some longer yoga practices, please check out my Patreon. Again, that will be linked below. But otherwise, with all that said, thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.